Armageddon is coming up. And let's reveal the bids from Hikaru and Magnus. Look at that! Hikaru has been 8 minutes and 59 seconds, beaten by 1 second. Magnus Carlsen bidding 8 minutes and 58 seconds. And this is Hikaru's reaction when that bid came in. Magnus has chosen to play, of course, with the black pieces. Hikaru will have 15 minutes with the white pieces.
Here, and I could quite easily see Wesley's clock ticking down further here.
After a long sleep, I had some breakfast, maybe some too much breakfast. Because afterwards I was spent and I could not recover for the whole game. So I think the match was of really poor quality, and I think Hikaru would agree as well. So normally, especially the second game, I get an opportunity which I should never in a million years miss. And also in this first game, I was much better, and it didn't feel like he was playing at nearly his best. So I think the chances are pretty high that I'll be facing him again, and then I think we hope that I hope that we both can play a bit better, because this was, I think, a match that was not representative of any of our level.
Przepraszam. Kurde, okej. Wydaje mi się, że goniec na F był lepszy.
Teraz tak, długo po prostu już ćwiczy i chyba serio się stara, a czasem mu nie wyjdzie, no nie wiem.
No ale znalazł zajebiście. Nie no, tą gierkę stary, tą gierkę zagrał zajebiście. No jakby nie można tutaj powiedzieć tego. Znaczy to oprócz tego, że ja zrobiłem kurwa 10 poważnych błędów, przeoczyłem wygraną, no to dobrze mu poszło. Naprawdę świetnie.
Is second to none at doing that. I'm just waiting for the reaction. I feel like that's it right there.
He knows it. He knows it, Robert.
Yeah,
he
just
knows
found
it.
out.
He's just keeping a poker face right now. He doesn't want to give it away. And there we have it. That was the moment. That was Hikaru's reaction. Game 1 in the loser final ends with a
repetition. We might get a draw now.
Check, draw.
Yeah, second time we've seen that position. Okay, Wesley plays on. This is promising. That's
nice,
what we like to see. He's looking for his chances. He drops the queen back. Hikaru has to be careful where he puts the black king. If the black king lands on the wrong square, we could see a queen exchange on white's terms. So Hikaru still with some questions to answer.
What could be a wrong square?
If the king comes forward, maybe onto the f-file, shifts towards the center, at some point, you've got to time it right, but the white queen... Wow, like now...
Oh!
Could he have swapped queens there?
Oh, Hikaru saw it immediately, and he's shocked.
Oh, my... And we've got to show that.
It's a draw. They've repeated the position 3 times, but did Wesley have a win on that final move just before he agreed to draw? I'm going to check this, but both players seem to miss that white could have traded off the queens, and Hikaru reacted. Wesley could have won. It's confirmed. He could have won if he didn't trade the queens off.
What?
The final move was a blunder by Wesley, so...
And Wesley has not reacted. We saw a big reaction on Hikaru.
Wyobraźcie sobie, że ojciec wam mówi, robicie kupę do toalety, a ty znowu mu się zesrałeś w łóżko. To mimo, że cię ojciec kocha, to w końcu powie, synu, kurwa, sraj do kibla. No tak powie. XDDD? A pierdolę, no chłop jeszcze kurwa. Uwielbiam tych ludzi w szachy. Po prostu ich kocham. Chłop spamuje mi remisami, próbuje dać pata, nie podda się, no jak... Ja pierdolę, no. No co za kurwa jebana gra i ten typ też. No ja pierdolę!
Wygrana pozycja, no. Znowu wisi ten sam motyw. Kurde. Wisi pion...
Jasna dupa! Coś mi po plecach przebiegło. Chyba ciarki żenady.
No kurwa, jak to ja mam przegraną? Co on oszalał?
Ale nie no, pod koniec miałeś przegraną.
10 poważnych błędów, jedna przeoczona wygrana, 2 zwykłe błędy i on mi mówi, że on ma wygraną pozycję. Miałem przeoczoną wygraną, rozumiesz? Ja się nie poddaję, bo wiem, że da pata, to po co mam się poddawać, jak wiem, że u niego z nim się nie przegrywa, tylko się remisuje, no kurwa, to jest jasne, prawda? Ja się poddaję w ten sposób, że mu daję wygrać patem, no.
Wesley there shaking his head. He's attacking the bishop. Hikaru gives a check first. The king moves forward. That h5 pawn is going to be a big distraction. And now he says, I'm ready for an endgame because he's got a passer of his own.
The queen trades are forced. There's no way that white can avoid it without just losing the game on the spot. That's why Hikaru's rolled up sleeves. We're in the endgame. White has these outside pass pawns, but look at black's h-pawn. That one is running up the board very fast. It's helped out. It's going to be escorted by the black king and the other pawns. This is just easy for Hikaru right now, and he's even ahead on time, right? He doesn't have any problems whatsoever.
Yeah, looks like black is completely winning the race. Even without black's 3 pawns, this is still actually a draw. So Hikaru, he knows he's got this in the bag. He's smiling. He's got a time advantage, and he clenches his fist. Wesley resigns.
Fist bump.
Wow, it's over. Hikaru Nakamura makes it through to the grand final. He will face off against Magnus Carlsen tomorrow again, winning here in Armageddon. Look at that, Hikaru Nakamura.
Bardziej.
Dasz moim widzom chociaż buziaka, takie dla widzów, za moją niekompetencję. Macie buziaka, widzowie od Oli, załatwiłem wam. Wytrzymajcie ile jeszcze możecie. Ci, którzy czekają na Hogwarts.
And now we have kind of a blitz game where it's about even on the clock and Magnus only needs a draw. And we saw the bar go about level, but I think the reason that it wasn't actually equal is because a draw is bad for Hikaru. It might have been a forced draw, and he can't have any part of that.
Yeah, Hikaru is simply a pawn down now. Neither of those pawns became queens, but it did come at the cost of more trades, more exchanges. And look at this classy move from Magnus. He's just trying to swap things off. He's now managed to get rid of the bishops, rid of a set of pawns. And Hikaru, is he going to try and flag Magnus? The answer is no, it's a draw. Magnus takes this Armageddon and the match.
And believe it or not, Hikaru is actually the one who offered a draw. That's the ultimate sign of respect. He wasn't going to try to flag somebody he was 10 seconds behind on the clock against. That is a good show of sportsmanship.
Wow.
We see a big smile on Magnus Carlsen's face and Hikaru shaking his head. The big match is over. Magnus Carlsen wins the winner finals with a draw in Armageddon. Hikaru Nakamura, what a fight he gave it. But he had to.
And I think, unfortunately, we are headed for a draw here.
And the players just agree. And yeah, that was it's a tall order, to win. I mean, this is, again, we saw it. This is the 10th consecutive draw, that we've seen from Hikaru, first against Wesley, now against Magnus. It turns out, perhaps that, it seems like this was a very, very combative game. Hikaru tried really hard to create chances. He took a lot of risk. He was even in trouble. In the end, they draw the game.